Welcome to the exercise portion of the Maternix Postpartum Recovery program. Through these 5 weeks of exercises, we're going to start off with regaining mobility and working on our breath, and then progressing week by week up to agility and more dynamic exercises, which will prepare you for more exercises, including running and returning to high impact activity. These exercises have been specifically designed to stretch out areas that typically get tight and to strengthen areas that can be hard to connect with postpartum. These exercises can be done after vaginal or C-section delivery. You can progress through these exercises on a week-to-week basis if you are able, but if you find that one week is more challenging than the other ones, then definitely feel free to stick with that week for an extra few weeks before you're ready to progress. Feelings of stretching and fatigue during exercising is normal, but you should not feel acute pain. If you do, try and pull back and regress the exercise, and you can progress it as you become stronger throughout the weeks. Additionally, if you feel any pelvic heaviness or the need to urinate, or if you're leaking at all, it means that you're not managing the pressure in your canister or your core very well, and we need to build up that strength before you progress to that exercise. So always listen to your body while you're exercising, and again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thanks again for taking the course, and I hope you enjoyed this routine. Welcome to week 5 of the Maternix Postpartum Recovery program. This is our last week, and we're going to be doing exercises that are more dynamic and are going to set you up to return to things like running, jumping, or anything that's more high impact. So I want you to be really comfortable with these exercises, feeling really confident, your pelvic floor is feeling nice and strong with these exercises before you try and return to something like running. So thanks to Adrian for joining us again to help me out during this time. And we're going to start with lunges. So we're going to start with the first variation of lunges, and then we're going to progress through 2 additional progressions. So here we're just going to start with a static lunge. So feet, nice big stance, hip width apart. So don't try and balance with feet in line with each other, have them hip width apart. And from here, we're just going to sink straight down and then push the ground away, squeezing up nice and tall. And we're going to do 5 on this side. So 4, 3, inhale down, exhale up, 2, and 1. Great. We're going to switch sides. And you'll notice when Adrian's going down that she's sinking down through her back leg, just so the knee is hovering right over the ground. So it's equal between the front leg and the back leg. You're not going too far over that front knee. You're sinking straight down. 3. We got 2 more on this side. 2. And 1. And now you can stay here if this is challenging enough for you, but if you want to progress to something a little bit more challenging, we're going to be doing alternating lunges. So starting at the front of the mat, you're going to step back, and then we're going to switch sides. We're going to do 10 lunges total. So that's 10 total, 5 on each side. So same thing, focusing on that back leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And when you're doing those lunges, if you're holding your breath to come back up, then it's a little bit too hard. You should be able to breathe through the movement. Inhale, exhale as you come back up. So that's progression 2. We're going to do 1 more round of lunges. Progression 3, which is the hardest one. We're going to start on one leg. She's going to step back with one leg, and then she's going to come up and hold it. We're going to do 5 in a row on that same leg, and that's going to really challenge that standing leg and your balance. 1, 2, exhale as you come up. 3, 4, last one, 5, and then we're going to switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one, 5. So if that's the progression you can take 3 sets of 5 for 3 rounds of whichever intensity level that you choose. For this next exercise, we're going to be using a weight. So again, the heavier weight you use, the harder it is. We're going to be doing a single leg deadlift or a Romanian deadlift. And standing on one foot, you're going to use the weight and you're going to bend down, letting that back leg come up behind you. So you're hinging on that standing leg. And then you're going to come up and tap your toe on the ground. So you're not going to put any weight into that toe. You're just going to tap it. And then you're going to go down again. And you're going to reach towards the foot that you're standing on with that weight. So Adrian's using a 10-pound weight. You can use something that's lighter to begin with. And then as you become stronger or more confident, or if you want to challenge yourself more, you can increase the weight. 3, we're going to do 5 here. So we got 2 more. 2, and you can see she's hinging really nicely on that leg. She's not bending through the back. And then she's going to switch sides, do the opposite leg. 1, 2. This takes core control and stability of that standing leg. 3, 2 more, 4, and 5. Okay, so now we're just going to increase the challenge a little bit, and what she's going to do is on the way up, she's going to try and balance on that single leg hold and then go back immediately from there. So we're doing 5 reps without putting the foot down, if you can. This is going to challenge the balance of that standing leg. So 5 here, 5, nice, 4, 3, 2, good. Last one, good. And then she's going to switch sides. And remember, we're coordinating with our breath. So we're going to inhale as we come down, exhale as we come up. So we're going to purse our lips. And that exhale is going to help to engage those core muscles, those deep core muscles, to help with our balance and our stability. 1 more. Great, good job. Balance for all of them. So that's great. So those are single leg deadlifts with weight. For this next exercise, you're going to need something to sit and stand off of. So we have a stool and a chair. They're different heights. The lower the height of the chair, the harder this exercise is. This is a single leg sit to stand to, again, work on that single leg hip strength, which also uses a lot of that core strength and strength of the pelvic floor. So Adrian's going to stand on one leg. We're going to start with the stool, which is a little bit higher. You can also do like the back of a couch or anything of that kind of height. And standing on one leg, she's going to reach her bum back and try and tap the stool. So she's going to reach it back and then come back up and balance there. So she's reaching her hip back and then coming up, squeezing her bum on the way back up. So reaching back, up. We'll do 2 more here. Reach, tap, up, and last one, and up. Good balance. Okay, and then she's going to do 5 on her other leg. So standing nice and tall when you're standing so that you're not sinking into that hip. Good. Squeeze that bum on the way up. Hinge it back. Again, you can coordinate the breath. 2 more. Inhale, exhale as you come up. Inhale down, exhale up. Good. So this is a challenging exercise. So if you need to stay at that level, that is completely a great place to start. If you want to progress it and make it a little bit more challenging, you can use something that's a little bit lower. So Adrian's going to do her next set on a chair, regular kind of standard sized chair, which is a little bit more challenging to do. So again, standing on one leg, remember that string through the top of your head so that you're not sinking into that hip, nice and tall. She's going to hinge her hip back and then squeeze her bum and come back out of it. Good. We're going to do 4 more here, and you want to try and have nice control through the whole movement. So try not to plop down onto the chair. 3, 2 more on this side, 2, and 1. Having the chair there is a really good way to not do too much through the knee and all into the hip. Good job. This is a tough exercise, so if you're struggling, that's totally normal. Standing on the left side or your opposite leg, reaching back with that hip, squeeze and come back up out of it. Inhale down, exhale up. 3 more, almost done. 3, 2, last one. Great, good job. Now that is a tough exercise. If you can do that one with confidence, you're doing good. For our last exercise, we're going to be doing skaters side to side, and we're going to show a few progressions that starts off a little bit less intense and then works its way up to more intense. So for the first one, we're just going to skate, kind of actually skate side to side, tapping your toe and just keeping it nice and light, just getting used to the movement and used to loading that dominant leg. Good. We'll do 4 more here. 3, 2, and 1. So you can stay here if this is where you want to stay, but if you want to make it a little bit more dynamic, then you're just going to add a hop to this. So same movement, but now you're actually jumping to the side. You're still being very dominant on that kind of landing leg. We're going to do 6 more here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And if you are doing a jump, I just want to make sure that when you land on that leg, you're not bouncing off of it before you're really controlled in that landing. So really make sure that that landing leg has all the control. Now for the next progression, Adrian's going to do the same movement, but she's really going to give it her all and try and go as far as she can side to side with that jump. So we'll do 10 here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And sorry, actually, can we do that one again? Because I didn't tell you this, but when you do it, can you keep your foot off the ground? No, just the last bit. Can you keep it off the ground so it looks more like that?
So you don't want me to touch the ground?
I don't want you to put your back foot down, if you can. I mean, you can if you need to, but yeah.
Right now,
Yeah. You want a second?
so we can just cut into that third one?
Yeah,
Or do we have to redo the whole?
Yeah. No, just go right. Just go right.
We'll just, I'll just do the,
Just
in the,
If you want.
yeah,
we
my
can
last
do
That's
part.
what I'm saying, yeah, just intro.
Yeah.
Intro
I'll just be like, for the next progression, yeah, okay.
almost
okay.
done.
Okay. For the next progression, she's just going to do the same thing, but she's going to go kind of give it her all and go as far as she can side to side. And she's going to try and balance on that one foot when she lands without putting that foot down if you can. 10 here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, working off a bit of a sweat. Now for the very last progression, this is also another way to make the shuttle skater side to side a little bit more challenging, is we're going to go a little bit faster. So same thing, balancing on each foot, not putting that foot down, but instead of going as far as you can, we're going to go a little bit faster. So we're going to do 10 a little bit faster side to side. 10, 9, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. So you can use any of those progressions, either the slow toe tap, the single, like the slower jump, the wider jump, or the quick side to side, any of those ones that you prefer, and you can work your way up as able. Thanks for joining me for week 5 of the Maternix Postpartum Recovery program. I hope that you worked up a sweat. You have lots of progressions there that you can work on to make these exercises harder. And like I said, if you're looking to get back to something like running or CrossFit or anything that's more high intensity, becoming comfortable with these exercises is a really great first step for doing that. Thanks for joining me for the Maternix Postpartum Recovery program. I hope these exercises were helpful and that you can continue doing them in the weeks to come. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me via the membership page or at my email info@maternix.ca. You can use these exercises in conjunction with other exercise routines, but they are meant to take you from early postpartum into whatever activities you do want to get back to. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for taking the course.